NBC 15 News at 11 starts now.
Now at 11, millions today are bracing for Hurricane Matthew. We'll have the latest out of Florida in just a minute.
Plus, a fatal crash on Highway 12 ties up the morning commute to and from Cambridge. We'll tell you what happened.
And an uneasy alliance. Find out what House Speaker Paul Ryan had to say about meeting with Donald Trump in Wisconsin tomorrow. Well, it definitely feels like we're on the cusp of fall and winter because my skin is so thin now. I'm not prepared for this chillier temps.
I know, I broke out the sweater and I've got the boots.
I know,
I'm ready for it.
I know. Well, what is this hoo-ha? You know, I'll just wear something nice and frilly and light. I'm bracing.
Well, let's find out what's in store for the rest of the day. Chief Meteorologist Charlie Shortino joins us. And Charlie, what are the temps looking like?
No, they're looking cool. Christine's never had the thickest skin, that is for sure. 50 degrees outside right now, west-northwesterly winds at 9 miles per hour. The dew point is at 45, so I said earlier this morning I thought we would drop into the low 50s by around 10 o'clock, and indeed we did. I think we're going to start to turn things around now and should start to climb back into the upper 50s. We're not going to see the high temperature for the day broken. We were at 68 degrees at midnight and no chance of getting back there. 53-degree temperature at noon, 58 at 4 p.m., then back to 51 at 8 p.m. We have some cool weather coming up for the weekend, but cool in a relative sense. We're going to be pretty close to our seasonal averages, just cooler than what we've been around here lately. Pretty decent weekend coming up and some even nicer weather for the first part of next week, and we'll talk more about that coming up.
All right, Charlie, thanks. Hurricane Matthew continues its destructive path along Florida's east coast.
As crews in the south start assessing the damage left behind, millions are still bracing for Matthew's worst. Sarah Rosario joins us from Daytona Beach.
Sunrise, but no slowdown in Hurricane Matthew's assault on the Sunshine State.
Let's remember the storm has only passed half our state, so this is not over.
The eye expected to move dangerously close to shore as the storm marches northward along Florida's east coast, bringing the heaviest rain at high tide and raising the risk and fears of catastrophic storm surge.
We are very concerned about storm surge, and the worst effects are still likely to come.
Overnight, Hurricane Matthew battered Florida, the massive storm bringing damaging winds and drenching rain, somewhat lessened with the eye remaining well offshore. Still, at times, wind gusts were so strong, first responders had to get themselves to safety. Power lines ripped from their poles across the region, transformers exploding, leaving hundreds of thousands without power. Meantime, many are riding out the storm in shelters, hundreds of pets housed with their owners, still unsure when they'll be able to go home. Hurricane Matthew is forecasted to skirt the coasts of Georgia and South Carolina into the weekend, but meteorologists say offshore doesn't mean any less dangerous.
If you are in an area that has been told to evacuate and your authorities are telling you that you still have time to evacuate, I want to personally plead with you to get out right now.
Millions still at risk as Hurricane Matthew churns in the Atlantic. Sarah Rosario, NBC News, Daytona Beach, Florida.
One man is dead and another was airlifted after an early morning crash just outside of Cambridge. Both lanes of Highway 12 were shut down between State Farm Road and Wisconsin 73. Dane County deputies say a smaller pickup truck crossed the center line and hit a semi-truck on US 12 about 4:30 this morning. The driver of the semi-truck is a 44-year-old man from Elkhorn. His injuries do not appear to be life-threatening. FEMA continues to view flood damage here at home. Today, they'll be in Crawford, Richland, and Vernon counties. The flooding happened last month in western Wisconsin.
In a Crime Tracker 15 report, one of the 6 men accused of having sex with the same underage girl in Greene County will be in court this afternoon. 26-year-old Dustin Winkers will plead on felony charges of second-degree sexual assault of a child. A 14-year-old girl in Belleville sent explicit messages to the men in 2014 and told them her age. She allegedly had sex with them at different times from 2014 to 2015. Police are investigating an armed robbery in a Madison parking lot. 48-year-old man was walking to his car around 10 last night in the 2900 block of East Washington Avenue. The victim said he was approached by a stranger who asked him for a light. The suspect showed a gun and took the man's cell phone and some money and then left in a car. Milwaukee police are investigating the death of a woman whose body was found in a laundry chute at her home. Her body was found after family had not heard from her in a few days and went to check on her. Relatives identified the woman as 58-year-old Kay Powell. Police say the woman's death is suspicious. Family members say investigators are looking into her death, though, as a homicide.
Governor Scott Walker says the State Department of Justice found problems with how Wisconsin's voter ID law was being administered during spot checks of driver's license stations. Walker said today the DOJ had concerns with what they found. He says the DMV has responded to those concerns. The DMV must submit a report in federal court by today outlining how it's implementing a court order that credentials for voting be given to people who lack the required documents to get a photo ID. Donald Trump will be in the Badger State tomorrow. Trump plans to appear with House Speaker Paul Ryan in Elkhorn, which is in Ryan's district. That will be their first campaign appearance together. Governor Walker and Senator Ron Johnson will also attend. Trump's name was mentioned after theirs in the third paragraph in Ryan's announcement about tomorrow. Now, when asked why he hasn't appeared with Trump yet, Congressman Ryan said he's been busy at work. Wisconsin's Election Commission says today that more than 70,000 absentee ballots have been cast in Wisconsin, and more than 38,000 of those have been cast in person. This comes after a federal court ruling threw out a state law that had limited in-person early voting to the 2 weeks prior to the election. Early voting polling stations opened in Madison on September 26th.
The River Valley 53rd Annual School Fair is in full swing today. The day of events kicked off earlier this morning and will continue throughout the day. The annual fair is a day to show school spirit while also learning about agriculture, an industry very important to the community of Spring Green.
The best part of the day for me is just seeing so many people on our campus. It's a great way for us to highlight our school district and the real positive things that we're doing with the students and families we serve.
River Valley High School will also host a homecoming parade at 2 this afternoon with a football game tonight.